good evening, morning, and afternoon. And today we are doing a vid lore
How am I gonna find you out there?
of Secret War, Civil War, Spider-Man.
That's the longest intro you ever did.
Because I don't like really talking in between the audio. But now, since you just butted in, it just basically means just go ahead and do it because everybody's
Gary's
already
still
played the
wearing his
game
badge.
like
I
28
can use
28
Oscorp
times.
satellite dishes to
Something like
find
that,
him.
yeah.
This is like my 14th playthrough. But anywho, back on topic.
Please be wearing that badge.
That wasn't my
Great.
phone, so if
Getting
anybody
strong
asks,
signal
it's the
that way.
game. You know how
Time
the
to
PS4
move.
be, bro. But anywho, this suit, this is actually one of the suits I don't like in the game, and I'm not saying it to be harsh.
The
It's
signal is
just
moving around.
I
It's
don't
gotta
like the
still be on
design of the
Gary.
suit. It's basically a military outfit with the red blue shirt that I can easily find at like Walmart. And I ain't trying to say I want something
I was such a
difficult, and
jerk
as
to
y'all
Harry
heard me
when I
say in
had
the
that
past,
suit.
simplicity is
I need to
key
find him.
for me.
Apologize,
I just
and try to
don't
get
like the
through to him.
design. And then on top of all of that,
Closing in on you, buddy.
I actually
Help's on the
had
way.
to search
Hang
this
in
suit
there.
up
We'll
from
get
the
this
actual
thing off
books.
you.
And
And I'll
honestly,
work with
I
your
don't
dad
have
and
it in
Dr. Connors
hand
get
to
you fixed
like
up.
to read like on my free
Somehow.
time. But I am a big fan of Comic Storian, and if you've never heard of this darn YouTube channel,
signal
I'll leave it
stopped
in the
moving.
description below for you to
Stay
get
there,
there.
buddy.
But
Let's
I used to
pinpoint his
watch,
location
and
a
I
bit
ain't gonna
more.
say I used to, I still do. I watch this stuff on
He's gotta
TikTok
be under
and
that
YouTube
overpass.
for him to give me more depth of what I've been missing from comic books because I don't buy books every day, and believe me, if I could, I would. But I prefer buying the graphic novels versus the issues because for one, that's a lot of paper for me to be trying to collect and stack up, and the second, we keep it cold in my house and the AC is pretty freaking strong, so I don't feel like having the pages and everything be blown off my shelves. So that's really my issue. I prefer graphic novels. They're heavier. They have a lot more issues to them, like 5 to 12, depending on how big the story is or how big the book is. Da da dee da dee da do. So, and look, it doesn't matter. You can pick whatever you want. As a comic book fan or a manga fan, you pick what you want to read and what you want to collect. Okay, back on topic. As you heard in the title,
What
and
is
it
all
literally
this
is the
stuff?
name of this suit in this game, Secret Wars,
Harry,
Civil War.
back
What
here?
it's really a what if story, but it became part of Secret Wars during the big event back in the 2010s, which I'm still trying to catch up on. Do not judge me. It's what if the Civil War, the original Civil War, never ended. So, what in the world just happened
Just
to
his
my
badge.
memory? I thought a
He's
ghost
still
just
around here
touched it.
somewhere. I know he'll
Anywho.
listen to me if I can just get through to him.
With this outfit, or the history behind this outfit,
Yes, there you
it
are.
really doesn't start in the very beginning of the movie. Not the movie, the book. The book starts like with the original Spider-Man
me.
outfit, red, blue, white symbol, all that stuff.
Hey,
But
Harry,
the turning
hear me?
point for the Civil War book, like
we're
to
gonna
switch
figure
up
out
the
a
story and be
cure.
like, what if
Something
this
better.
happened? Was the third part of the act where you find out they started putting villains and heroes in prison in the negative zone. But in the what if story, they didn't put like the safety guards on the villains yet.
Harry?
So they captured some, but of course some got loose and they tried to, prison break. In the midst of all that, superheroes who showed up, as in Cap's side, they didn't know what was going on, so they tried to save as many people as they could, but there was a big explosion. A lot of people died. Some of our favorite heroes died. One of mine was Black Panther and Daredevil, sadly. It's a rough book to be listening to, bro. I was listening to it, watching the panels.
Harry, turn these people into
Hearing that
symbiotes
some of my
somehow.
favorite heroes died was hard,
Terrific.
especially those two. I always loved Black Panther and Daredevil. Even though Spider-Man is still my number one, those two are like 2 and 3 for me. I even have most of their books on my shelves. But as the book continues, let's see. The heroes, they were trying to save as many people as they could after the explosion because they used Cloak for a teleporter. The villains blew up Washington and the White House, so they got organized while the superheroes were doing their thing.
Miles,
Oh
this
dang, I'm
trouble
getting
with
jumped,
Harry.
I'm getting jumped.
He got
No!
back, and it changed him. He's turning people into symbiotes.
Got
So
him.
yeah, that trouble is supposed
Holding
to
my own.
be the tip
Like punching
of
molasses.
the iceberg between
Gotta
Tony
find a better way to get these
Thank you,
things off
baby.
of people.
And
Call me.
after the villains blew up the White House, and they also destroyed much of America in the midst of all the fighting between the heroes, they split America literally in half. You had Cap's side, which was called the blue, and you had Tony's side, which was called the iron. Honestly, you could have said red and blue, but you know, comics.
Oh, you could have said Democrats versus Republicans.
Man, shut. I ain't trying to get that political with comic books, okay?
I'm just playing.
I get that's what Marvel was doing with those two. Like, do you want to register? In my mind, that was like a huge topic to be talking about, specifically even today's date. Right now about deporting people or trying to get people to register in order to get over here. Blah 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 blah. Anywho, she just threw me off for a loop. We just went to a whole different topic. But as the story continues, Cap and Steve are the, we'll say, presidents of their residential sides. Tony has resources while Cap is on limited resources, but Cap has all the space while Tony is running out of room. So in a way, Tony created a utopia while Cap and them are just trying to survive. It's like a futuristic slash apocalyptic type story of the US. Like basically their ideals are literally in literal split in half. The real villains of the book really are the Skrulls. The Skrulls have kept up with what's going on Earth. They did most of the damage that happened in the negative zone and with the villains. They really even impersonated some of the heroes, and they tried to keep the fighting going as long as possible, hoping that they'll either like kill each other or, you know, nullify each other's powers, blah 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 dee da. And then when they were all done and everything was said and done for, they would take over the planet, and that was essentially the main objective for the Skrulls. So, and then what makes it funny, as you continue reading the story and finding out about who's the villain and stuff, it's really the twists and turns and the craziness that happened for me. Like, there is specifically, I think there, what was it? They said there is a villain in the book called King Ock, and this is what gets me. Doc Ock was captured by Kingpin. The Kingpin killed Dr. Octopus, but here's where it gets funny. The Kingpin tried to take Doc Ock's arms, but what he didn't know, there was a fail-safe in the arms. If you tried to take it from him and you forced it onto yourself, the arms would shock you and it would cause brain death, and that's what exactly happened. The Kingpin, yeah, brain dead. You know how people say they're brain dead? Their body is still alive, but the brain is dead. It's not functioning. So the arms shocked his nervous system, that just, you know, straight from the brain, and they use the rest of the body to start moving because the arms still need a host. A perfect example about Doc Ock and his arms. Ooh, shoot, what is the best example? Do you remember watching the Ultimate Spider-Man series from the 2010s?
Yeah.
Do you remember when his arms returned to him after Spider-Man snatched it off of him?
Yeah.
So in a way, those arms are somewhat sentient, but they recognize that they still need a master in order to function, which was the failsafe that Doc Ock made for those arms on purpose.
Yes.
I mean, that's Doc Ock. It actually makes sense.
Almost done.
True.
Just need a low frequency boost.
What's another one? Another example is also in the 1994 Spider-Man TV show, where the Kingpin and them tried to rip off his arms at one point and use them as bait. So they got ripped off and then they came right back on. And then, you know, in No Way Home, he had nanotech to back him up, which he just took from Peter. But when it got sliced by Goblin's glider, you notice that the arm did not heal. So there's that. Oh shit, I missed the whole helicopter while swinging. Ooh, look, I'm getting it.
Okay, now back to the story at hand about the same scenario.
Yeah, okay. After King Ock, Cap had a weapon that could nullify all the hero's powers, including his own. So he knew what was gonna happen if he went in there swinging. But the problem before that is that you don't know they were framed. Tony figured it out because there was an early assassination in the book of Maria Hill, I believe.
Spider-Man!
She's the one that actually
use your help.
Tony and Steve back together, but then she was shot in the head. Basically, she is a casualty of the war.
Yep, because what they had done after America was split in half, Maria and SHIELD made a bridge to connect the blue and the iron, just to shed resources or anything else. Tony and Steve never really lost the heart-to-heart for each other because their goals were still the same. It was their ideology, just specifically on the Accords, or what did they call it? I forgot what it was called. It was named after a town, but it was still, you know, the Accords, basically, MCU style. But anywho, as the story continued, they figured out the refrain, Skrulls impersonating certain people who are dead. They
including Black Panther.
Yeah, including Black Panther. Still missed my boy, R.I.P. And here's the funny part. Most of the X-Men were on Cap's side. But I remember correctly, even with their side stories, that they said they wanted to remain neutral. The only person who didn't remain neutral was Wolverine. He was on Iron Man's side. And look, he hunted down most of the villains that killed all those kids. The ones that survived the explosion anyway. Look, he went so far as to fight Namor because he found out that for some reason the killer went somewhere to Atlantis and then came back. But nah, the battle was pretty long. They figured out that the Skrulls were hiding beneath the crevice that split America in two. They went ahead and threw a bomb down there. They had a miss. What's it called again? It was a malfunction with the bomb because of the Wolverine Hulk was damaging the bomb. So Steve and Tony go down there. They went ahead and fixed it up while fighting a bunch of Skrulls.
Meanwhile, Emma Fox saying what the hell was going on, and therefore the Skrulls are responsible for this. All the heroes came down to help Steve and Tony. Lo and behold, the bomb detonated. The Skrulls no longer have powers, and seems to me, that was a majority of the superheroes, including Steve.
And the new representatives of both the Blue and the Iron were She-Hulk and Spider-Man. They both lost their powers. Everybody lost their powers. They knew exactly what they were doing. And I won't lie, the signature line at the end is what got me. She-Hulk asked Peter, did Cap and Tony know that they were going to nullify everybody's powers? Peter replied with, I don't know, and you know what? I don't want to fight about it. That I ain't gonna lie, that was pretty G to say, given everything they've been through in the past decade or so. Mind you, this is still the same Peter Parker who outed his identity to the world and let them know that he was Spider-Man the entire time. And y'all, everybody who read the original story knows that Peter defected to Cap's side because Tony was monitoring Peter's every move when he used the Iron Spider suit. He had a tracker and everything. He even knew when he was coming home and leaving home. So when Peter found that out, he wasn't big on that. Hence, I think everybody who's seen my Iron Spider video knows. I think it's my 4th or 5th most viewed video. And if I'm not mistaken, it has 330 views. I'm still trying to figure out what I said and did in that video that was so good. I've been trying to recreate it. And I admit, I shouldn't be, but I'm trying to figure it out because the same style I used for that video is still the same style I'm doing right now. I think it's because not only did I mention that I told the story well, which somebody did tell me I did, I also mentioned that Amadeus Cho was in the MCU and nobody knew about it. But certain people who are diehard fans of the comic books did know. Yeah, Amadeus Cho was one of the S.H.I.E.L.D. agents you see in both Captain America Civil War and then Avengers Age of Ultron. It's okay. But nah, this story was fun. It's the suit I'm not a big fan of, and yes, the suit is darn near accurate to the book. The only thing that's different is the mask. He didn't wear the mask in the story at all. The mask is literally just for the game itself, and I'm not mad about it. It's not one of my favorites. Not even in the top 5 or 10. I think somebody told me there are 27 suits in this game for Peter. More if you include the variations, but I don't know. I lost track of the numbers. But in the previous game, they were saying there were 47 suits for Peter, and there were no variations. And that's a lot of suits for one game.
Maybe a little more. Keep your spidey sense sharp. This might get wild.
That was the first game though. 47 suits? Yeah, if you put Miles and Peter suits together, yes, this topples that number. But if you include the variations as well, that's a lot of suits. Well, yeah. And then they're also starting to send a love letter to us X-Men fans with that Wolverine game that's coming out. And yes, I understand still. I know they were hacked, but I'm still excited. And not gonna lie, this has been a pretty good, interesting last week for Marvel. Like this last, I ain't gonna say last week. This is the first week of April. I don't know why I'm talking like that. But I would say today is literally April Fool's Day. I'm surprised I ain't told no jokes yet.
I know it was for jokes anyway.
Look, I admit that because you went to work. I did not. Oh, ow, who just hit me? Oh well.
They're shooting stuff at us. I know. Just keep moving.
And then I show up. Before my shit started, it's like April Fools. Yeah.
Oh, whoa! About that Civil War book? No, not really. That was really all that came with it. And it's being damaged. Let's go.
We see you. You can do it.
Keep it up. Just a little longer.
What's up?
Doctor Man, we need to defend the weapons to save the train.
If anything, though, I will say one thing: the arms fits this suit well, because Peter did use the arms for this suit in the book, and it fits. And the most unique thing about this suit in this game was the wings. I don't think there are that many suits in this game that have unique wings to where they fit the outfit. Because you notice with the web wings, they're always the signature web looking type wings that are on the side of his suit. This is the only one I know where the web wings are not like that. His suit
Spider-Man.
is his wings. He has metal wings for this suit.
Okay. What
If there's
happened?
anything different, like any other suit that's different in this game, where it comes with his web wings, it's one of his DLC suits, and I don't really care about any of them. No disrespect to who made them.
Really sucks.
I like the Stone Monkey though out of the DLC.
My life was
But
flashing
other
before my
than
eyes. You're
that,
good, man.
the Hell Gala, which I'm gonna do a video on later, is one of my personal favorite DLC suits for
That
this
time,
game. I don't like
mini
Miles
golfing
as
for my
much, but I
birthday
do
and I
love
got that hole in
Peters.
one
Peters
to
is
win.
actually comic accurate.
cheated.
I didn't even know which
I
one was
picked up
from.
the ball and dropped it in when you weren't looking. and
Gotcha.
It's like from
You
a
were
it's
eight.
like from a short
honestly,
panel.
I never liked the
but
sandwiches
I'll explain
you
it
traded
later.
for at lunch, but I went along with it because I knew how much you loved my mom's bonchon, and I'm seeing someone new, by the way. Her name's Annie.
That-
She's great. And
Wait, hold
please
on.
don't kill me, but I just
God,
thought
that's
of a sequel for
10:54
Sweet
at
Monica.
night.
Wait.
By the way, that's
From
Eastern
him?
time.
Oh, she's real cool.
I had a good day.
Thanks for saving us.
Babysitted
Look,
your cousins as much as they got
sorry
on my
I've been so busy.
nerves.
I'll do better. Make the time to hang out.
Be careful.
Okay, fine.
Genki, let's get uptown. I'll make you
But
something
it's
good
just
for
been
dinner.
a good day. I would play Ice Cube, but I can only have a certain amount of
Next
music on my
step.
darn PlayStation.
Find Harry.
Yeehaw!
Downtown. I got uptown.
Now here's my question. Since I replayed
I'm
a
looking for
mission,
Harry.
does
I
that
should
mean
check
that
in on
all
some
the
other
other
things.
missions I did no longer... Oh! Oh, okay, so that's how it works. You just get spawned in a random spot where you started. Okay, now I got it. So, I wonder if also in the first Spider-Man game if I could replay missions the same way. I just probably never thought about it.
I said less likely, considering the fact that A is the first game. So the more likely I could get any more updates with the first game like that.
True, but you gotta remember, they made Miles to where you can replay it like that. Oh well, I'll probably have to go back and figure it out. I just probably was never paying attention. But anywho, guys and gals, thank you for tuning in with me with this lore vid. And yeah, I know it's a lot longer than I intended, but that's okay. I'll catch you guys on the flip side.
See ya.
Later, Websters.
Living on the edge, fighting crime, spinning webs, swinging from behind.